So I do have two more really quick poll questions here for folks, and I'm going to ask the panel these questions as well. Is there a need for modality-specific RNA guidance? For example, do you want mRNA, like linear mRNA, self-amplifying RNA, circRNA, guide RNA from regulatory agencies? Do we need them? Do we need independent guidance for each type of modality? Answer yes or no. And then poll question number 4 is also a yes or no question. Is there a need for regulatory guidance specific to each RNA-based therapeutic approach, which we've already started to kind of see, right? So do we need a guidance specific to protein replacement, mRNA-based gene editing, RNA-based cell therapy, et cetera, So please select yes or no based on your gut instinct for that. For Ulrike and Tiffany, I'm curious, do you see the agencies kind of continuing in this trajectory in terms of, do you think they will continue to release very specific, here's a guidance on mRNA vaccine quality, here's a guidance for immunotherapies? Do you think we're going to see therapeutic approach specific guidance released in the future? Let's start with Tiffany and then Ulrike.
I think the U.S. is going to be very tricky right now for the release of any future guidance documents due to this 10-to-1 order. So any new guidance document that would come out, you would need to propose the removal of, 10 additional documents. So I think that's going to be very challenging for the U.S. FDA to release guidance documents right now. I can speak at least for the last couple of years that there are several guidance documents that have come out that do touch upon the use of mRNA. But for example, the use of mRNA for gene editing products, whether that's ex vivo or in vivo. So that would be an example of, a different product that leverages that mRNA technology, but you're getting specific advice tailored for gene editing usages.
Okay. Ulrike, any sense of what's maybe coming down the pipe from EMA?
Yeah, in Europe, mRNA therapeutics belong to gene therapies, which belong to advanced therapies, right? And usually you see there's quite a lot of guidance available for ATMPs, so advanced therapies, to a certain extent, RNA and DNA. I would not expect, and I would also not necessarily hope for very detailed guidance on each and every modality. Because that not necessarily helps. I think guidance needs also to be a bit flexible and to be open to encompass certain new developments without the need to always, to update the guidance every other week. That would not help. Right?
That's a really great point. Yeah, you don't want to, again, it can't be overly prescriptive, right? And I think it does come down to your individual approach and being able to justify it. It's not always necessarily a checkbox, right? And we don't necessarily want it to be one all the time. So I think that's a really important point. Yeah. Heather, did we get responses back from the polls in terms of, did we have a yes, no's? Let's see. So it looks like the industry, 83% here, the folks that are tuning in, see a need for modality-specific RNA guidance. Very interesting. Okay. And is there a need for specific regulatory guidance to each therapeutic approach? We've also got another 84%. So, all right, Ulrike in the industry, let's hash this out. Hey, it's worth a debate. So a future panel discussion, we can have a discussion.
Definitely, and good luck with finding a good balance that suits everybody. It will be an interesting discussion.